Welcome back. Let's take you here now. Gauteng Education MEC Panyaza Lesufi will receive a report on racism and sexual assault allegations at Hoërskool Jan Viljoen in Randfontein this afternoon. Lesufi will also have meetings with school management, school governing bodies and parents of Hoërskool Jan Viljoen regarding the outcome of the investigations. In February, tensions broke up at the school after a video of fighting between black and white learners went viral. Now, the video later led to tension between black and white parents, which led to police having to disperse them with rubber bullets. Now, let's get an update. We now cross to our reporter, Mahlako Komane. Mahlako, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. One can remember very well in February how tensions were at that particular school. What time are we likely, is the MEC in fact likely to receive this report? And do we know if in fact it will be made public?
Good afternoon to you, Unati. Yes, quite correctly, we are actually, this is what's happening right now. There is a meeting that is underway. It was meant to start at 3 o'clock between education officials as well as the MEC and the school management team. That was, meant to start at 3 o'clock. We understand that's actually what is happening. And then they will then be meeting with the school governing body. From then on, parents will be met. I understand it's around 5 o'clock or so, which is supposed to happen here. This is where the last meeting with parents and the MEC and his officials happened. I think it was also towards the end of Feb, if I remember correctly. In terms, I understand in terms of what the communication that I've had with education was that they were willing to make it an open meeting with the parents. That's, I suppose, where we will also get the contents of those reports, of the other two reports on racism, as well as the sexual assault allegations that were made against a particular educator who was later suspended at the school. So we're waiting, I think, around 5 o'clock, where we will hopefully be getting an idea, or will be part of that meeting as well, between the MEC as well as parents. But I'm not really sure if that is going to transpire or not, because as you can see, it's beginning to rain here. The weather has really, it's changing. It's the clouds are continuing to gather, and the meeting place where parents are normally gather here, which is the sports ground, not so far from the school, is it's an open area. So we're hoping it won't be cancelled, and by 5 o'clock or so, we should really know our standing in terms of whether we will be allowed to be part of that meeting, and also know, I suppose, that will this report also be made public.
Before I let you go, just remind us again, just for the benefit of our viewers, we do know, of course, about those racism allegations, and we saw the tensions, quite frankly, when the MEC, went to visit the school and spoke to, parents and so forth. But just remind us again about the sexual assault allegations at the school and what has transpired with that educator that was accused in that particular case.
There was an educator, when, if you remember correctly, on that, so the previous day, I think it was on the Friday or something, the video went viral. By the Monday, black and white parents, all parents actually came to the school. Then the education officials came to try, I suppose, and, deal with the tensions that were it was evident that there were a lot of tensions. The MEC then went and met again with the school governing body, with the school management team. And then he had a meeting with learners. It was here that some female learners had, expressed their discomfort at interactions that they had with one of the educators, saying that, he was inappropriate, and I think in the manner in which he would speak to them. I think there was also touching there, because those, in terms of the exact, details that happened there, they were not really made public, but they were indeed sexual assault or, sexual allegations that were made against one particular male teacher from a number of female learners at the school. The decision that was taken then was that he would then be suspended. It's today, I suppose, where we will find out, because obviously he is obviously an employee. There are processes, labor law processes that they would need to follow should they, want to dismiss this educator, or to also give him, I suppose, the opportunity to also, clear his name or whatever decision that he takes. It's today where that particular report on sexual assault will come through, as well as let me also take you back a little bit, Unathi, the issue of racism at the school. Integration was not pleasing to some parents. If you look at the dynamics in terms of the staff, the ethnicity of the staff, there were, comments that were made that parents wanted to see an inclusion more of African staff members within the school. As to whether that has happened or not, we'll see. But we were at the school, in the reception area. I only saw the lady that makes tea that was African. So we'll also get an update there as to how are they trying to ensure that, everybody, there's more people or ethnic people at the school, or more Africans also teaching at the school, and also, I suppose, being employed at the school. So these are the answers that hopefully this report we will get, because we also, if you remember as well, the Human Rights Commission was also brought into also investigating those issues of human rights violation here and the racism issue. So I suppose this is today where we're going to find out what those investigations brought up, or what they found in those investigations. Unathi, I'm going to have to hand over back to you. The rain is just coming.
Mahlako, thank you so much for that update. Mahlako Komane there, of course, Gauteng Education MEC Panyaza Lesufi expected to receive that racism and sexual assault allegations report emanating from the Hoërskool Jan Viljoen in Randfontein. Okay, let's take you